This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is a news edited by Danushka Medawala and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. The fuel prices increased. The Prime Minister says that heads of organizations should make it certain to provide an efficient and productive service to the public. Another stock of Russian COVID-19 vaccine Sputnik V arrived to the country. The Trade Minister says he will issue a gazette notification preventing persons from hoarding stocks of several household essentials. News overseas, Boris Johnson kicks off a G7 summit with plea to tackle inequality. And those are the headlines. The Ministry of Energy says the Petroleum Corporation has decided to increase fuel prices with effect from midnight last night. The fuel price revision has increased prices of petrol 92 octane by rupees 20, petrol 95 octane by rupees 23, diesel by rupees 7, super diesel by rupees 12, and kerosene oil by rupees 7. Accordingly, the new CPETCO fuel prices are Lanka petrol 92 octane rupees is priced at 157 rupees. Lanka petrol 95 octane is priced at 184 rupees. Diesel 111 rupees. Super diesel 144 rupees. Kerosene oil 77 rupees. Energy Minister Uday Gamanpil announced that the Cabinet Subcommittee on Cost of Living has given the nod or the approval to increase the fuel prices. He stated that due to the prevailing COVID-19 situation in the country, the government cannot announce the date of the effective date in advance, as the public would start forming long queues near fuel stations. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has decided to increase fuel prices with effect from midnight last night, the Ministry of Energy says. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that heads of organizations should make it certain to provide an efficient and productive service to the public. He said it is important to work in cooperation with trade union representatives. The Prime Minister mentioned this while taking part in a discussion on the present situation of the Employees Trust Fund Board at Temple Trees. He pointed out that the public service is a responsibility and a duty. The Prime Minister said that problems at respective organizations must be solved by heads of organizations and trade union representatives through discussions. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
Minister of Trade Bandula Gunawardena says he will issue a gazette notification preventing persons from hoarding stocks of paddy, rice, sugar, powdered milk, maize and other household essentials. Minister Gunawardena noted that those who operate stores of essential items such as wholesale producers, warehouse operators and distributors of rice must reveal to the authorities the locations and quantities of rations stored at warehouses. He added that any additional stocks held by the sub-distributor must also be revealed. However, the gazette notification will not affect farmers. The Minister of Trade assured that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the government have taken necessary steps to subsidize providers and consumers of essential food items. However, Minister Bandula Gunawardena claimed that his ministry had identified racketeers who aim to store essential items in warehouses to create an artificial shortage and drive the prices up. Daily COVID-19 cases count hit 2,759 yesterday as 527 more people were tested positive for the virus in Sri Lanka. The new development brings the total number of confirmed cases of coronavirus reported in the country to 218,893. As many as 184,090 recoveries and 2,011 deaths have been confirmed in Sri Lanka since the outbreak of the pandemic yesterday or last year. According to official data, up to 32,818 active cases are currently under medical care at designated hospitals and treatment centers. The Ministry of Health says that another 1,852 patients who were being treated for coronavirus have been discharged within the past 24 hours after completing their recovery. This brings the total of COVID-19 recoveries in the country to 184,090. Sri Lanka's tally of confirmed cases of coronavirus thus far is 216,134, while 31,911 positive patients are currently under medical care. The death toll due to the virus has moved to 2,011. The Ministry of Health says clinic-going patients who are expecting medicines to be delivered by post to their respective residences can contact the Ministry if they encounter any issues. Accordingly, the public can lodge complaints or obtain information through either 072 072 072 0 or 072 06 06 06 0 numbers. I repeat, 072 072 072 0 or 072 06 06 060 numbers. Speaking at a media briefing in Colombo yesterday, Specialist Dr. Champika Wickramasinghe said they have taken measures to deliver medicines that are needed for an individual or for 2 months. She said they may encounter minor delays due to travel restrictions, however, requested the public to raise all concerns with the ministry. Dr. Wickramasinghe also assured that measures have been taken to distribute medicines to patients residing across the country. Defence Secretary General Kamal Gunaratne thanked the Indian government for providing technical assistance through the Indian Coastal Protection Vessel to control the Express Pearl fire. The Defence Secretary extended his gratitude on behalf of Sri Lankan government to Indian High Commissioner Gopal Bagle yesterday. The Defence Secretary conveyed this message at a special meeting held with Indian High Commissioner at Defence Ministry yesterday. And that's local news.
Nobody tells time like this. So why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals, Professor Channajayan Sumana says another stock of a Russian COVID-19 vaccine Sputnik V arrived in the country. The vaccine consignment of 65,000 doses consists of 15,000 second doses and 50,000 first doses of the Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine developed by the Moscow-based Research Institute. According to the State Minister, the 15,000 second doses will be given to those who have been given the first dose of Sputnik V from the earlier batch, and the 50,000 first doses will be given to residents of Kandy district. This is the third vaccine consignment delivered by the Russian government in keeping with the purchase order placed by the State Pharmaceutical Corporation. And that came to you in top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, a new program will be implemented to conduct educational workshops aimed at schools during travel restrictions by the Parliament. Accordingly, short workshops on duties, traditions, activities, political science and media education will be conducted online. The Communication Department of the Parliament is conducting the workshops. Further information can be obtained by calling over the telephone numbers 077 989 9085 or 071 535 2672. I repeat, 077 989 9085 and 071 535 2672. And that's Watchlight. And moving on to world news headlines. First, Boris Johnson kicks off G7 summit with plea to tackle inequality. A teen who filmed George Floyd's murder given journalism award. Sony Music writes off artists' decades-old debts. And those are the headlines. Boris Johnson has urged fellow world leaders to build back better after the COVID pandemic at this week's G7 summit in Cornwall. The UK Prime Minister said it was vital to learn from the mistakes of 2008 financial crisis and tackle the scar of inequality. After a day of talks at the seaside resort of Cambridge Bay, leaders have joined the Queen for a dinner nearby. The distribution of COVID vaccines is also high on the summit agenda. A teenager who filmed the murder of George Floyd by a white police officer has been given a special journalism award by the Prize Board. Daniela Frazier, now 18, was awarded the citation for her courage, and the committee said the award is given for her courage. A film spurred protests for racial justice around the world and was used as evidence in the trial that convicted police officer Derek Chauvin. Sony Music has cancelled the deaths of thousands of artists who signed to the record label before the year 2000. It means that many will now, for the first time, earn money when their songs are streamed on services like Spotify and Amazon Music. Sony said it could not name the eligible acts due to confidentiality agreements, but a source said it would include household names. It said some artists stood to receive many thousands of dollars per year. And that's world news. Moving on to development news, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa declared open the China-Sri Lanka Friendship National Nephrology Specialized Hospital in Polonnaruwa yesterday. Sri Lanka received the hospital complex as a full grant from the Chinese government at the request of former President Maithripala Sirisena during his visit to China in 2015. The hospital complex spans over an area of 16 acres and has been designed with the influence of ancient architecture of Sri Lanka and China. The hospital was built at a cost of rupees 12,000 million within 30 months. That came to you in development news and in sports. Novak Djokovic ended Rafael Nadal's reign at the French Open with a 4-set win in a classic semi-final, which will be ranked among the all-time great matches on the Roland Garros clay. The Serbian top seed Djokovic won 3-6, 6-3, 7-6, 7-4, 6-2 against Nadal, champion in each of the past 4 years. Nadal, going for this record extending 14th title, lost at Roland Garros for only the third time in 108 matches. And that's sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
McDonald's, the latest big company to be hit by a data breach that has exposed its customers' details. The world's biggest burger chain said cyber attackers had accessed a small number of files on customers in South Korea and Taiwan. The breach included email, delivery addresses and phone numbers, but not payment details. A spokeswoman for the firm said it would take steps to notify regulators and customers listed in these files. And that came to you in business news.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The UK economy grew 2.3% in April, its fastest monthly growth since July last year. Shoppers spent more on the high street as non-essential shops reopened and people bought more cars and caravans. And there was also more spending in pubs, cafes and restaurants as restrictions eased, the Office for National Statistics said. Despite the surge in activity, the UK economy is still 3.7% below its pre-pandemic peak. Construction fell in April compared to strong growth the previous month, but the sector remains above its pre-pandemic peak.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at times in Western and Sabarkama provinces and in Galle, Mathura, Nuwara and Kandy districts. Fairly heavy falls, about 75 millimeters, can be expected at some places in Sabarkama province and in Galle, Mathura, Nuwara and Kandy districts. Several spells of showers will occur in northwestern province. Wind speed will be around 30 to 40 kilometers per hour in the western slope of the Central Hills, northern, north central and northwestern provinces, and in Hambantota and Trincomalee districts.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Before we wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. Fuel prices increased. The Prime Minister says that heads of organizations should make it certain to provide an efficient and productive service to the public. Another stock of Russian Sputnik V vaccine arrived in the country. The Trade Minister says he will issue a gazette notification preventing persons from holding stocks of several household essentials. And with that, we conclude this morning news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And it's back to Victor Raj to keep you company with the rest of the programs this Saturday morning.